How's everyone doing, and welcome on in. I am the Gingerbeerdman here with your Dead by Daylight, of course, update of the week. Let's head right into it, to the inbox. We really don't got much to go over because the anniversary is still going, and don't forget to collect your logging gift. With that going on with the PTB and them having to work out all the bugs through the PTB, they haven't really put out any new information that is going on. So, with that, we really don't have a lot to go over today. Don't forget your free gift, 250k. I went over these costumes already. Like I said, there's not much new. There really is not. Dead by Daylight has the stat tracker out now. If you'd like to track your stats, you can do that. I'll leave a link below. You can click on that, connect, log in to behavior and all that good jazz to check out your stats. It'll show you how many hours you have on each person, and literally killer and survivor, and you can see how much you played all together and other good stuff in that. If you'd like to go check that out, I'll put the link below and you can go click on that and have at it. Also, the Grimoire has opened up again. Your second week now, I think it's on the second week. Yeah, second week of picking out what you would like your next killer to be. There are so many multiple choices to that, and I mean a lot. So it's going to be interesting to see at the end what it's going to be. Obviously, with everyone voting, it might not be what you want, but it's going to be interesting. I would believe that they would have killers sitting, like, for this. Like, at the end of this road, after everyone's done picking everything, they have a set of killers just lined up sitting there. And whatever one at the end that everyone picks, that's probably the killer they're going to go with, obviously. So I think that's what's going on, is everyone is voting on the story as it goes through, but at the end of the day, they already have killers already made for each and every single outcome. They have a killer already sitting waiting. I personally think that is the most probable thing, because if you were going to do something like that and you were going to wait all the way to the end and then make the character, that's going to take a while to make. So I would think that they already have characters sitting and waiting, models already created on each ending. So that's what I think. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Of course, the event extension is on and rolling. It goes literally all the way to the 24th now. They got rid of the Chaos Shuffle. It got thrown into can. There was a mechanic in there that we all know, Unbreakable, that was supposedly supposed to be a part of the anti-slugging that is coming later in the year, but it didn't work out the way they wanted to. In testing, so as they say in testing, I feel like we're the testers, but in testing, so it got scrapped completely and it just kept the event rolling. So I don't know what they're gonna do about that, because, you know, if we scroll back in time here, you know how that is, we scroll back in time. This literally has anti-slugging, anti-tunneling, anti-camping. All of that is supposed to be coming starting this month and on to December. So if you ain't gonna do Unbreakable to get up off the ground for your anti-slugging and that, well, what are you doing then? That's what I mean. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see what they come up with for this. I don't really know what you can possibly do, because if you take away certain aspects, you kill points on killers, and then obviously you're never gonna. What's the sense of rank then? You're never going to pip or nothing, because you can't get points because you're always around survivors 24/7 getting off the hook, so you're never going to get no points. So I don't know what they're going to do about all that, because the anti-tunnel, anti-camping kind of all goes hand in hand. You know, you already don't get points from sitting around the hook with other people. So if you make it any more worse than that, you know, you're never going to pip. Like, I feel like that's not going to be a thing anymore, and you might as well just, like, you know, erase that rank system at this point and just give us 1 million blood points every month for free. because there's no other. I just don't see any other way. If you keep nerfing down the point system on the killer side, you're not really gonna get nowhere. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I think the anti-tunneling and camping would lean more on the survivors side than the killers, because they're just gonna buff the survivors so that it doesn't happen as much. That's my little like theory on it. I think it has nothing to deal with the killers. I think it has to deal with more of the survivors. They're gonna buff the survivors, so you, whenever you tunnel or camp, there's perks or perks altogether or mechanics that get you up off the ground more easier, heal more easier, that kind of thing. So, you know, if people do tunnel, you could still get away. I think it's that. I think it's more lean toward boosting up the survivors and not nerfing, like literally just nerfing the killers. I don't think it has nothing to deal with that. I think it has more of the boosting survivors so less tunneling and camping happens. At least that's what I think anyway. At least that's what it's seeming like right now, because there's more survivor stuff that's coming into the game right now. You know, we got the fog bomb that's coming. You know, and there's other perks getting buffed. I think that with that, you know, it's helping out the survivors a lot more from the anti-tunneling and stuff like that, because obviously you're not seeing crap through all those fog bombs. Imagine 4 people with fog bombs just blasting the crap out of you. Like, and if you can get them also, which 9 out of 10 you can, you could probably get them also in the chest too. Yeah. So you could have more than 4 of those fog bombs on the map. There is tons of ways to escape the killer, and I think that's more what that is. I think that has it's more geared toward the anti-tunneling and anti-camping. Like, I think it's more geared toward that. That's why those items came in. Like, people were saying, oh, they're going to nerf the killers down there. It's not going to be worth playing killer no more. I don't think it has nothing to deal with that. I think it has everything to deal with the survivor side and boosting up the survivor side to make them survive longer. That's what I think it has to deal with. And of course, you know, they're going to buff then the killer stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're going to have fog bombs. You're going to have all your perks, you know, much betterly buffed. And the killers are going to have better perks also to combat it. Not that it's going to be, you know, more up there to tunnel you more or anything. It's mostly just for the fact you can't hurry up and jump on a gen and pop them in, you know, less than 5 minutes and leave. Like they got to have a way to slow you down. And so I see that from both sides. Obviously, I play both sides. I see both sides. So I could see that. Right now, though, oh my God, the only thing that is just so terrible, it is unbelievably terrible, is those killer queues. My God, man. There is nothing worse than the killer queue. Like, I could literally bake sugar cookies in between. Like, it is so slow. You wait over 10 minutes, my cookies are done in that time. Like, it is crazy how long you wait to play killer. And that's, like, right now, if you've been to my live streams, you know, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I literally play more Survivor than I do killer, even though I advertise that I play killer all the time, because I normally do, you know. I get to rank 1 really quick. Usually I just been rank 1 Survivor, because I just don't play the killer. I'm not going to sit there that long and wait for a match. It gets unbelievably boring. And I just don't want to do that. So I play a lot more Survivor than I do that way. Now, you do have over here the Rift. You have the week 11. Starts here in 1 day. That is today. What the heck? Anyway. I think that's wrong there. You have to carry Survivor 600 meters. Escape 15 chases, down 10 survivors near a pallet, heal 1 survivor from the dying state, sacrifice 20 survivors, so here comes the sweat logs, repair a total of 20 generators. That is what's going on right now, and that's what you can do. The masquerade is completely done, obviously, unless you haven't did it, but that is completely done. Now, On to the Shrine of the Week. This changes every day, people, every day. I hope you've been actually getting these. If you haven't, you probably should have been. If you'd never bought the characters or what, you could have literally got everything by now. Like, I'm not even joking. This is going all the way to the 24th still. Every day, literally, look at this. Every day, new perks come in. Every day. And look at these ones. Botany Knowledge. Healing speed is increased by 50%. It's definitely a have perk. You got to have it. It's a have perk. Over here, Deception. Another got to have. Whenever you hop into a locker, literally, like, you could run. I've had this, oh my god, I've had this happen so many times, where people would hop in for head-on and jump out and stun me, or they would walk around it, and I would think they hopped into a locker, and they did this crap right here. All they do is just run by, and you can open and close the locker without them literally getting inside. You can just pop the locker, and it'll send off a notification to the killer, thinking you got in that locker, and you never did, and you just run right by it. Like, why would you not have that when you're trying to get away from the killer? Interacting with a locker while sprinting it will trigger a loud noise notification at your location and cause you to leave no scratch marks for 5 seconds. So he'll think you got in there, and you really didn't. That's how you be sneaky. So both of these are definitely worth it. I buy them both. They're both good in their own builds, or you can put them together, literally. Now, on the killer side of things, Gearhead. After a survivor loses a health state by any means, Gearhead activates for 30 seconds. While Gearhead is active, every time a survivor performs a good skill check while repairing, their aurora is revealed to you for 8 seconds. This is a good perk if they actually do, you know, good skill checks. If they do, you're going to be able to see them automatically. So, it's alright. Not the best, but alright. Lethal Pursuer. Oh, anybody who watches the stream knows this. This is my #1 perk. I use Lethal Pursuer all the time. I run the Hillbilly. At the start of the trial, the auroras of all survivors are revealed to you for 9 seconds. Anytime a survivor aurora is shown for a period of time, its duration is increased for 2 seconds. So at the start of the match, you know how they're all together? I'm going to see everyone all together, and then you could just run the chainsaw right to them, literally. This is a good perk if you're really good at knocking people down. If you're really good at that, as a hillbilly, obviously with the chainsaw, if you're good at knocking people down fast, you can get 2 down really quickly with Lethal Pursuer. Definitely with the hillbilly. I've also had luck with Ghostface as well with him. You know, using Lethal Pursuer, you can see him, you run up to him, you're hiding, nobody can see you, and you stare at them all, and boom, 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 1 hit down. I have done that as well. Obviously the Wraith as well, you could fastly get over there. You know, it works for so many killers. It really does. Even Myers, I mean, you could probably put this on Myers too, then you know where everyone is, you just stare them all down. So, it's really good. The only one is this one. It's iffy. But the rest of these, they're all worth it. I would buy this all up. They're all worth it. But that is really it, guys. Like, I have nothing really new. There's nothing in the store. There's nothing going on in the news. I mean, granted, Xbox broke, okay? I get it. Xbox broke. They fixed it on the 14th. They put out a patch. I guess they're going to put some compensation out, too, as well. I do play on Xbox. I didn't even see any problems. I don't know. They said the crossplay broke. I don't know. I never had any problems. I literally streamed it like that, so I don't know. I kept playing it perfectly fine. I didn't have no troubles or anything, so I have no idea. And I play Dead by Daylight on everything, but for stream purposes, I play it on the Xbox just because I'm a controller person. I don't really care to play too many games on PC, but I do have it on PC. So that is it, you guys. That is it for now. We never got a July roadmap. You ever notice that? Yeah, we never got one of those. The Walking Dead comes out on the 29th. I'm sure we're going to get some new information as the week goes on about different things. But like I said, if you want to just look at your stats, that's down below. And the Grimoire, that is out as well. If you'd like to cast your voting, I'm going to put that down below as well, so you have it. But that is it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Hit the bell, the like, all that good jazz. I'm done bantering and whatnot. And yeah, maybe I'll see you guys on the live stream. I'll be live tomorrow morning. You could tell me about all your Dead by Daylight stories and your favorite survivors and who you run and the killers you run. If you're a killer main, survivor main, all that good jazz. Yeah, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7 a.m. Eastern, I'm normally on for a couple hours. So, you all have a good one, and I'm out of here. Take care.